2-0, the final score at Turf Moor then. Not the performance or the result that we'd hoped for at the outset this evening. It's a result that leaves the Blades 14 points now adrift of leaders Burnley. I think we can say that all but mathematically Burnley are the champions-elect of the Championship this season. I've got Ellie Wilson and Kevin Gage alongside me. Would I be right in saying that the frustration coming out of tonight's game isn't so much what Burnley did, but the errors that really brought about Sheffield United's own downfall?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think there was obviously a massive error or incident in the first half, but aside from that, I think across the board it's sort of decision making, lack of quality on the ball, and granted you're playing with 10 men, but that's even more the reason to maintain possession and keep hold of the ball. And I just don't think we were good enough in that area tonight, and a lot of the problems that were caused, and the goals especially, I think came more from our errors than necessarily Burnley's quality. And
the irony, Kevin, is that building up to this game, we'd actually been, praising the team for the way defensively we've played recently, and it improved and we was looking solid, and yet tonight just wasn't that team.
Yeah, it's just ironic, isn't it? I actually said, I can't remember, Wes making a mistake, and then he gets sent off for something like that, or you could say Robinson was at fault. Yeah, but that aside, the frustrating, disappointing thing for me is, as you say, Burnley haven't cut us open or tore us apart at any stage of that game. And the 2 goals they scored, we could have defended that a lot better. Just silly errors, silly, poor decision making at crucial times, and just giving them the opportunity to score.
Well, you said at half time that you thought Vincent Kompany would have to make a change to change things up in this game. He brought on a couple of substitutes, one of them being Johan Berg Gudmundsson, and he was on the score sheet on both occasions tonight for Burnley. Take a look at the first goal. You're both fullbacks, Ellie, Kevin. Talk me through this.
Yeah, for me, it's just that it's a decent cross. There's nothing wrong with the cross. It's put into a good area, but it's Bogle, isn't it? Bogle is in a great position as a fullback to just deal with that. You just dip your head and put that out of play, don't you? You don't let it run and let the striker or the forward behind you get anything on that.
Does he know Nathan Teller's there behind
him? I don't actually think he does. I'm not sure he knows Teller is behind him. Because Bogle's favourite to get that ball when it comes across.
Yeah, I think when the ball, where it drops, he definitely is favourite to get a contact on that. Like you say, just head it out for a corner, or chest it out or anything. But I think the initial body position or starting position for me, for Bogle, I think if he's open body shape, facing up the pitch, then he knows the player is behind him on his back. He's at Teller, I think. And he's in a better position to then deal with that first contact rather than to let it bounce. So whether he knows that he's carried on, that he's continued his run to the byline or not, I'm not too sure. But defensively as a fullback, I think you need to be open body shape and be able to see that run, and hopefully you can then, like I say, head it away a bit more easily.
Yeah, I mean, we're nitpicking really, aren't we? But it's crucial, isn't it? It's those crucial decisions and those crucial things that Ellie says. Your body shape there is the difference between staying at 0-0 and then going, oh God, we're 1-0 down.
It's just having that awareness, isn't it? Because it's not a bad ball, to be fair. It's in a decent area, but Anel's already got a player who's marked up, and then Bogle's kind of in a bit of no man's land. You're either clearing the ball if it drops to that space, or you're marking the player, and he's kind of just got a bit caught in between.
1 down after an hour then. There was one brief glimmer of hope presented, again by mistake, ironically this time by Burnley in defence. It had to be perfectly timed, this challenge from Juric on Njai. Is it a case of perfectly challenged, or is it just an element of luck?
It's complete luck. I mean, he's a goalkeeper. he's not used to making them challenges, by the way. He's desperate at that stage, and Njai actually gets to that ball first, doesn't he? Just gets a toe on it. Literally split second earlier, and he's flicked that round the goalkeeper, and it's 1-1, or he gets brought down.
Yeah, I think the keeper has to go to ground at some point there to try and at least get a block, because like I say, Illiman's right on it. He's got the touch first, but we even said in real time, I wasn't sure whether that was an unbelievable challenge or whether he's got lucky there. I'm not sure. But
either way, he's going to be telling one in the dressing room that was an unbelievable challenge.
If you're a defender, that's a brilliant tackle, isn't it? Yeah, a Raven. That's a Jack Robinson tackle, isn't it, in front of the main stand?
Absolutely. So heart in the mouth moment avoided for Burnley, and a few minutes later, 70 on the clock, they went 2-0 up. Adam Davis is not going to want to see this again. This
is the most disappointing one, to be honest. I mean, Adam Davis there is in absolutely no man's land. You either let the guy have a free header there at the far post, because he's unlikely to score, to be honest, from there if the keeper stays on his line. But he's come for the ball, he's got nowhere near it, and it's a tap-in, isn't it?
When it first went into that sort of back post deep area, I actually thought Adam Davies was going to punch it away, get a touch on it, anything.
It looked for all the world, as you say, he was just going to claim it, or even just flip it away for a corner or something.
Well, he actually looked in complete control, didn't he? Until he wasn't.
Yeah. You just see that it's an early ball in, and even I was going to be harsh and criticise Bogle again, back post area, not dealing with that player, but he does actually have someone else in the box, so there's another deeper player there, just as he's got that contact. And I'm not sure Adam Davies needs to maybe go out there in the first place.
Well, it doesn't at all. He just stays on his line or in his area, because even if the guy here gets a good contact on that, he's not going to score from there with a header or a shot, really. Again, we've been a little bit unfortunate, because the ball's gone back into the 6-yard box. Egan's actually got the ball first and tried to get the ball away, has won the header, and it's just dropped perfectly for Goodhanson as well to slam it in.
Yeah, I think we've seen enough of the Burnley goals for this evening. Attention now quickly turns to Saturday, a lunchtime kickoff against Cardiff City. We've got a game in hand. We're 5 points clear of Luton. You win that game ahead of everyone else playing on Saturday, and suddenly any nerves that might be there are eased and we're back in control of it. But that takes on a whole new significance now on Saturday.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, every game at this point is a big game and is crucial. Points are very valuable at this point, and some people probably have a go at me for saying, but if you were going to drop points in any game, Burnley is almost an acceptable one to do that in. You don't go into that game with that mentality, but at the top of the league, they're going for promotion, top spot. If on paper you're going to say, where do we think we could potentially end up losing points, it could be tonight. It's not happened in the nature of where the way we wanted to, obviously with sending off and things like that, but there's still opportunities for the Blades to take control of their own luck and future.
100% agree with that. Our promotion push is not dependent on Burnley away, is it? Mm-hmm. It's dependent on the 4 home games we have and the 2 away games, that are easily winnable. So I think we just put that to bed completely, forget all about it. Just one of those evenings, let's call it. Just deal with it and basically move on to Saturday. Yeah.
On Wes Fodringham, we know there's going to be at least one change to the starting 11 on Saturday, because Wes will be banned for that one, having been sent off tonight. We think he might get a 2-match ban, given he's already had 1 red card this season. We wait to confirm that. Either way, we don't expect him to be missing for the semi-final at Wembley in a couple of weeks against Manchester City. Thank you for your time this evening. Ellie Wilson, Kevin Gage, as always. Not the night that we wanted or hoped for on SUTV Live. A disappointing 2-0 defeat away at Burnley. Our attention now turns to Cardiff on Saturday.